Nursing leaders, judges, and colleagues, good afternoon. It is a privilege to present Unit 3B's participation for this year's CQI activity entitled Dive In, Decreasing IV Line Complications Through Evidence-Based and Innovative Nursing Interventions. IV access is a critical component in our mission to deliver excellent healthcare. We use this access to deliver life-saving medications, blood products, and hydrating fluids. Although it seems a minor procedure, IV line complications such as phlebitis, infiltration, and extravasation peg as high as 50% in some institutions, may increase morbidity and mortality such as pain, increase in cost, delay in treatment, disfigurement, and anxiety to both the patient and the healthcare worker. Daily proper and intentional surveillance of the IV site may be a forgotten skill due to the increasing workload and complexity of the cases that we are seeing daily. Thus, this team believes that this activity is a significant undertaking and would impact how we deliver healthcare to the patients. This challenge was accepted by 3 staff nurses of Unit 3B and supervised by our OIC head nurse, Ms. Heidi Lazaro, and aims to investigate the causes of increasing incidence of local IV site complications and formulate evidence-based strategies to decrease its incidence. So let's dive in. After brainstorming common clinical problems in the wards, the team produced 4 significant controllable problems as seen in the first column, with the corresponding initial data shown in the second column. The problems identified are increasing incidence of inpatient complaints because of delayed discharge, high incidence of local complications of IV therapy among patients, increasing incidence of falls in the unit, and increasing incidence of catheter-related bloodstream infections. The problems were then prioritized based on medical importance, frequency, feasibility, and cost. The team assigned the problem as a no-go if it is garnered a score of 12 and below, and go if it is garnered a total of 13 and above. Of the 4 controllable problems, the problem high incidence of local complications of IV therapy reached the score of 13 and above and thus was prioritized by the team. Therefore, the team identified the high incidence of local complications of IV therapy among admitted patients in Unit 3B as the priority problem, with a tentative problem statement of a high incidence of local complications from IV therapy experienced by 10 out of 82 or 12% of patients admitted in the unit. To find the solution, we should understand the present system in the assessment of the IV access prior to use. Based on the current work instruction, the TPC nurse is expected to assess the IV site daily before and after giving of medications. The nurse should first verify the medication order, perform hand hygiene, and administer the medication using the rights of medication administration. The focus of the activity is on the inspection of the IV site. If the IV dressing is clean and dry, then the nurse inspects for signs of phlebitis like pain, redness, and swelling. On the other hand, if the dressing is not intact, then the dressing should be replaced. Likewise, if the IV site is red, tender, and swollen, the nurse should not give the medication and insert a new line. Once administered, the nurse is expected to document this on the chart. The inspection of the IV line on a regular basis is currently not documented but is expected to be inherent in the TPC nurse practice. The key task is the assessment of IV access prior to the administration of IV medications, and the standard performance is that the admitted patients with IV lines should have no local IV line complication with a target of 100%. Having said this, the following is the final problem statement and tentative objective statement.
In investigating the root cause, the voluntary illustrated the multifactorial nature of the problem of local IV line complications. The team has come up 4 root causes, namely prolonged use of an already compromised IV access, irregular monitoring of peripheral lines as recommended, lack of knowledge in IV insertion, site care and maintenance, and the inherent difficulty of inserting diseased veins that we often see in our units. The root causes were then classified to patient-related, namely the patient has difficult veins due to their comorbidities, especially diabetes and CKD. Staff-related, namely lack of knowledge in IV insertion, site care and maintenance, and irregular monitoring of IV sites during the tour of duty. And material-related, particularly the prolonged use of an already compromised site. Putting all the data together and applying the 80-20 rule, addressing the top two causes, difficult IV insertions due to comorbidities and insufficient staff knowledge, could lead to a reduction of IV line complications and help achieve the goal of improved patient outcomes. And thus, our final objective is that by the end of the continuous quality improvement study, September 2025, there will be a decrease of local complications of IV therapy from 88 to 98%. The next slides will show the team's potential solution together with the projected challenges that it may face and the probable solutions, together with the target date of implementation. To address the issue of difficult IV lines, we propose the use of a validated tool, the ADVA scale, and used to predict patients who will potentially have difficult insertions and may be referred to more expert hands. The same root cause may be addressed by an accessible, simple visual card which contains an algorithm for IV insertion, maintenance of IV lines, and may also contain data on how to handle medications. This is the example of the monitoring sheet that houses both ADVA and VIP scoring to be used during the TPC nurses' assessment of the IV line every shift. The proposed monitoring sheet gives a risk assessment on the difficulty of IV insertion and at the same time documents the timely and proper monitoring of the IV line by the TPC nurses. Once approved, the utilization of the monitoring sheet was cascaded to the entire unit during the monthly meeting for a smooth implementation. On the other hand, the paucity of knowledge may be addressed with updating and strengthening of the existing work instruction in IV therapy, approach to special medications and drug interaction. Likewise, sharing of best practices and establishment of standardized competency assessment methods in collaboration with the NISTEO may have positive impact on the IV line complications.
For the monitoring plan, we'll look into the total number of patients who develop IV complications over the number of patients who were admitted after approval of the proposed improvements. After the implementation period of the 175 patients admitted, 164 patients or 95% did not develop IV line complications as compared to only 88% before the implementation period. There was an 8% increase of the patients who did not develop IV line complications after the implementation. Although the study did not reach the target of 98%, there was a significant increase of patients without IV line complications of 8%. Apart from the significant tangible outcomes, the following intangible results were also observed. Nurses were more confident in dealing with IV lines complications. They were more intentional in checking the IV lines. And from the patient's point of view, there were fewer IV-related complaints and patients were empowered to report early signs of phlebitis, preventing more serious complications. The team plans the following activities for standardization once approved from full implementation, dissemination, institutionalization, and even publication. The team underwent the following activities for self-evaluation. And after the fruitful activity, the team generally improved in all domains with regards to knowledge and QI activities. The strengths are particularly in the problem identification, analysis of root cause, and formulation of future plans. Improvement should be sought in areas of CQI technicalities like formulation of graphs, Pareto chart, standardization, and evaluation of results. In terms of team performance, before and after the CQI activity, the team improved in all domains but most especially in CQI knowledge and interest, and we are looking forward to doing more activities in the future. Looking forward, we plan to spread the utilization of this monitoring tool and increase the compliance in its usage once approved. We aim to use this for hospital-wide monitoring of IV line complications, publish research on the use of this tool, and incorporate new guidelines and training onboarding sessions, all to continuously improve our outcomes in terms of IV line complications. Thank you all for your kind attention in decreasing IV complications. Let's bolt in and dive in. Thank you.
And